Hi, this is Shae with KW Elite in Columbus. I am here with John Sutko with SRE Home Inspections. We just kind of want to go over a little bit about home inspections when you're buying a home and pre-listing inspections as well. So John, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. Went to Creighton University, graduated in 2008 with an accounting degree. Did public accounting for about 5 years and worked in commercial construction for about 5 years. So kind of got a background in construction a little bit. And so my father actually owned a franchise doing home inspections, and I decided to join his team about 5 years ago and been doing it ever since. So that's kind of the way it all happened.
Awesome. I know we've been using you guys for quite a while now, and I've had very good responses with you guys as how thorough you are and how personal you are as well, just meeting with the client, going over everything. So a few questions that I have are, what sort of inspections do you do?
So we do everything from a whole home inspection. We do termite inspections. We do radon testing. The whole home inspection is pretty much the bread and butter of what we really do. Termite inspections are required by lending institutions, but more importantly, we're trying to get information across to who's ever buying or selling their house of what the potential concerns could be when they either go to list or buy a new property. So it's a pretty exhaustive review. We do about a 415-point evaluation or check of the house, testing everything from inside the home to plumbing fixtures to appliances. Anywhere that we can get to, we're going to make sure that we review and then form an opinion on that, whether it's in serviceable condition or if it needs to be looked at by a contractor or somebody else just to make sure it's okay. But like I said, it's a pretty exhaustive review. You know, the inspection report that we provide to that buyer or seller is probably 30 to 45 pages long, depending on the size of the house. It goes through room by room, component by component, kind of giving you my inspection or who's ever inspecting the house, just on different topics. So majority of the things are going to be in good condition, but then we want to also highlight some of those big ticket items where they could relate to fire, health, life, safety, or potential major expenses where it could relate to like mechanical stuff, electrical, plumbing. Our job isn't to necessarily decide if it's going to fail at some point. We want to make sure that it's working the day that we do that inspection. So, if we deem that something might cost $500 or more to repair or replace, we're going to bring it to that person's attention just because that's kind of a thorn in our side is that price range.
Yeah. Okay. So basically those are going to be your ticket items, or if they cost $500 or more. Yeah,
we call those our summary related items. So the inspection report, it's like I said, it's 30 pages long. Inside that report, we bold those major items, and then those get thrown into a summary report. And so that's kind of what we get the buyer, the seller. That's what you guys get during the inspection, so you can review that stuff with your client during our walkthrough. So at the end of the inspection, we always want to have a 30 to 40 minute walkthrough with that buyer or seller to really let them know what's going on. It's a lot of new people who are buying houses don't really know a whole lot about like home ownership. So that 30, 40 minutes, we can show them, where water shutoffs are at, where their electrical panel is if they need to shut the power down, talk to them about how to operate their furnace, show them where the furnace filter is at. A lot of people don't even know that furnaces need filters and
you
change
or how often they need to be changed. Yes.
So we try to give them a lot of just recommendations on how to keep that house in the best condition possible.
Okay. I know a lot of my clients, especially buyers, really appreciate that because like you said, a lot of people are buying for the first time, or they may not realize how a home needs to operate to keep it in good condition. I literally just had a furnace, one of my rentals, it went out, the furnace wasn't working anymore. It's because the renter wasn't changing the filter. She didn't know. I failed to let her know. I failed to provide the filters, but it does happen because there's a lot of upkeep on a house.
They're simple fixes a lot of times, instead of having to call an HVAC contractor that's going to charge you.
That's what I did.
He's going to just kind of go in there, pull out the filter. That's his first thing he's going to check to make sure it's dirty. It's allowing the proper airflow. So simple things like that, we can hopefully avoid having people spend excess amounts of money for little things that they can really just do on their own.
Yep. No, I appreciate that. And I do like the summary report too, because when people receive the 30, 40 page paper, they do kind of get overwhelmed. And I always warn my buyers, don't freak out. It is they're going to tell you all the good and the bad. I mean, so 95 to 98% are fine, good, working stuff, but they just have to include that.
Yeah. We just want to be thorough. So we put in model and serial numbers for all their major appliances. So that if they ever had to call somebody, they have that information right at their hand. So we're just giving them more information that we really should, but hopefully it makes their life easier if it ever needed to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that either. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about your pre-sale listing and why you would encourage a seller to do that.
Yep. I'm a proponent of being proactive versus reactive. Obviously, when we do home inspections, it's usually on the buy side. When I give the buyer their report, they're going to go after the seller to say, hey, I want X, Y, and Z fixed. That seller could have been prepared to know what those potential X, Y, and Z things are to fix them on their own time, not within that confined window where they're going to be probably charged more fees because they need to get somebody out quicker. They could also tackle some of the small stuff by themselves that will just obviously help that report get smaller and smaller. So it's definitely a cost savings for them, I believe. It's about the same price. We give an estimated cost of repairs for each pre-sale listing. It's a third-party service that will basically detail out, our summary report and what the cost of those repairs are to hopefully mitigate some of the issues that seller might have down the line.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So this third party will basically tell the sellers how much each of those repairs are going to cost.
It's like 98% effective. Yeah, they're using the labor rates for whatever zip code you're in. They've done extensive research down in Texas with these different items, and they've just kind of formulated a query of all of it. So it's like I said, 98% effective, and it's just more information that the seller can have at their disposal.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much, John, and I appreciate you joining me today and going over your SRE inspections, home inspections. So if anybody needs to hire an inspector, whether you're going to be listing or whether you're buying, get a hold of John at SRE Home Inspections, and I can get you his contact information. Okay, if you guys like this video, please follow me on social media. Follow my YouTube page. You can subscribe down below, so be sure to do that. Follow me along for more information.